Today, we're going to be talking about how are you measuring yourself? Now, I want you to think about a moment when you might be feeling like you're not doing a good enough job. You feel like you're not showing up the way that you want to. You feel like you're failing. You feel like you're not doing it right. I want you to think about that moment and what that's about. And then I want you to think about like, what are you measuring yourself by? So I'm going to give you examples. So you know how this podcast is a daily podcast. Well, I want you to imagine for a second that I had a daily podcast, but I was only posting 2 episodes a week. Now, I would feel terrible. I would be telling myself I should be recording podcasts. I should be showing up. I'm letting people down. I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. Like I would have all of these thoughts and all of these judgments about myself if that were the case. But here's the thing. How would I be measuring myself? I would be measuring myself by expecting that I did a daily podcast. But I just made that up. I could also decide that I'm going to post 2 episodes a week. And then guess what? I would then be succeeding and I would be feeling amazing about my podcast, which would probably make me want to record more episodes. So I want you to think about how are you measuring yourself? Because chances are the rubric that you're measuring yourself by, you just made up so you can change it so that you feel like you're in a state of winning. Because right now I have a daily podcast, I post a daily episode, and I feel amazing about my podcast and amazing about myself. But that could be true if I said I'm going to have a podcast that has 1 episode a week, that has two, whatever it is that I wanted to do. I could decide this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to show up, and I can make it doable and sustainable for myself so that I actually enjoy what I'm doing instead of judging myself and actually measuring myself by something I made up to begin with. Now, I think we can also take this to the next level because sometimes some of those expectations are like put on us by other people or the ways that other people do things. And so that's another thing to consider too. It's like maybe you got this expectation that you have to do this because someone else is telling you that, or that's what a lot of people are doing. So it's another thing to consider like, is this what I want to measure myself by? Or do I want to set my own rules, my own rubric, and measure myself by that? But I think the main thing that we want to do is put ourselves in a state of winning so that we feel great about what we're doing and producing and creating so that we can then go out there and do more of the stuff that we really want to be doing instead of the state where we're feeling like we're losing and we're feeling terrible about ourselves and we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And if you want to create more commitment toward your goals so that you can feel like you're winning, you can enjoy the process of achieving your goals, then go to createcommitment.com to sign up for the waitlist.